Hey, my name's Sirena. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you've been here before. Oh my gosh, hang on, I'm so cold these. I'm totally, when I was going to get my robe, I was hearing standing strong on your convictions. Standing strong at where you're at. Okay, going back, like if you watch my video just uploaded, the first video of today, hey, it's May 22nd, 2026. It's Friday, and it was 10:55 as I came on here. And as I glanced over to this, I saw 12 Monkeys. So if you haven't seen that movie, or if it's been a long time, watch that movie and pay attention. It's from 1996, and I suggest everyone should watch 12 Monkeys again with Brad Pitt. Listen to what fucking Brad Pitt's talking about when he's in the mental hospital. It looks a lot like Right Meow. And that was what, 30 years ago? 30 years in the making, I heard. But, so going back, what I had mentioned in that other video was about Carl Jung talking about the trauma-born empath. We find ourselves as adults, and it made so much sense of your hyper-awareness, of your fight or flight, of your always, and I'm going to get really emotional because, I feel like this is part of our releasing. As a child, you're around all these people and you have no say, like they said in that video, and it's true. And you notice everything, and you see, and if you were raised like myself, there was nothing but violence and SA, sexual assault, right, on a little child person. Maybe, just violence and just violence. So we became hyper aware, right? It's like your natural thing to walk somewhere, and you are, whether you do it consciously, it's unconscious. To me, it's unconscious. I don't sit there and go, okay, I need to look at everything. You just are aware because it's ingrained in your person. And like they talked about in that video, I just want to talk about it because, psoriasis. It's funny because this person that I'm talking to, he'll come over and I rock. He's like, oh, why are you so nervous? I'm like, I'm not. First of all, a lot of times I rock because of my back. But it's energy flow, I think, too. I'm hyper, so whatever. Anyway, see, it's the little things trying to take us off track about talking about something that matters. And, I don't fucking know. You know why? Because all of this is new to me. Because I am that trauma-born empath. And, and it's funny because in there they said recalibration. I was like, oh, fuck, didn't I just do a video about that yesterday? Interesting that I would end up watching that. I ended up clicking on it. I usually don't watch those things, but, things show up, you click on it, and it's always because you need to hear something. Because I don't always have the words. I don't know why I have to do things that I do a lot of times because I've never been in this position before. I've always been on the other end of it. And I've been doing, and that's what he said, most don't survive. Most won't get there because to change, I'm going to write a reminder for, hold on, I'll pause you. And like Carl Jung was saying, I don't know if it was AI or not, whatever. No, it looked like a real interview, but who knows? Who fucking knows? The videos can be AI, whatever. The voice can be, I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I just hate all it. Anyway, the message was great. Or what he spoke about was great. That most won't do it. Most people will not do the, we'll call it the work, to grow past, because as adults, we pick and choose where we want to be, right? I mean, we're not dependent on, we're not a child, we're not dependent, right? We're not a baby. 100% dependent on, anyway, I'm not going to get into all that, but it made so much more sense to me, life in general, and the shift between, because you have empathy, you're a caregiver, you want to love it, and you've always been one to try to keep the peace, keep things together, and I'm hearing like in the dying to self, but I don't know, just watch it. Let me write Carl Jung. I'll know what it is. I'll find that and I'll put it, maybe I'll find it and I'll put a link. I'll put a link in the description in this video so you can watch it if you so desire, whenever you want. I might have already shared it. I don't think I did. But it just, not that I realize, it's not a validation thing. It's more of an understanding thing. It's more of a, I mean, you kind of know, I kind of know my alone time is super special, but they were also saying, you have to be, this trauma-born empath has to be careful in this process because we could cut ourselves off completely from everything. And everything that he was saying in there is like my life, like what I'm living, what I've been living, and what I'm living now, going through that part. And it's really hard. When you lived your whole life a certain way, and then when you really decide to make that change and redirect yourself and recalibrate yourself to something different, I'm hearing very alienating, but different. That's why we pick and choose who we want to be around. That's why we don't want to do certain things. That's why we feel completely, for me, like disconnected from the world. But I no longer absorb people's energies like I used to. And when we're always used to hyper feeling everything, to learning how to not absorb other people's shit, not to take on their shit, but to really sit and listen and not to give yourself into that. Almost, for me, it's kind of felt like almost like I was shutting down emotionally. That's not how I was going to say it, but that's how it came out. You can't explain. There's no words to explain to people the level at the how you think and where you come from, because no one gets it, and you can't explain it. And because we feel and care so deeply, the reactions of people is a motherfucker. And it always has been, though, hasn't it? But really getting to know thyself and coming to terms with it. I'm super emotional again today. I feel like I'm on the verge of a fever. I don't feel real well, but I just feel like that's my body adjusting some more. I'm not going to think it's a death. I'm not going to go, oh God, I'm sick. I got the fucking virus. Because if you really know how viruses work, you can't go and touch somebody and they get sick. It's just not. Do the fucking research, and I would do it somewhere other than Google. The information's out there. But then again, that's been the whole part of our sick care system. So anyways, squirrel side note, let's get back on track. Yeah. I mean, those of us that have chosen to like, however he said it, to really heal or whatever it is, recalibrate or whatever it is, to get to this other place, the adult trauma-born empath, right? The adult empath. The safety, the security, the loneliness, which is not a loneliness like other people experience loneliness. It's not loneliness like you experienced loneliness before you started doing this. But like he said very few people survive it. And I don't know what he means by that. Do you know very few children? I've heard a study somewhere actually literally survive being an empath as a baby born into fucking straight hell. I had asthma when I was born, and I would just turn blue, and I had to live in oxygen tents and stuff, and it was horrible. My little baby child just couldn't handle it and just wanted to go. To be able to survive, children are so resilient. I want that to stop. I want that generational shit to stop. But it's up to the parent of these children to get out of their toxic situations, or their children are going to do that, then they're going to do that to their children. It doesn't stop. I have a granddaughter I'm very concerned about, but we're not going to get into that. She's beautiful, but she's loved very much. I'm not going to say no, I shouldn't have said it like that, but don't. I wish I could cut that part out, but I can't. Shit comes out, it comes out. There's no editing here, baby. Maybe I should. Maybe I should do things different, but says who? For the life of me, I'm not pulled that way to be like everyone else. Nor do I want to be, but I guess the part of it too is we have to be watchful, careful, mindful that we don't cut ourselves out from people and the world completely, shut off. Hear the birdies? I miss my birdies. Life is so overwhelmed. People are so fucked up right now. It's like people that I talk to, it's like their friends or whatever, everyone just has this entitlement. Nobody gives a fuck about anybody but themselves. I mean, it's so much worse now. It doesn't matter who the people are. They all have the same fucking thing they talk about, the same thing that they deal with. And it's, well, first of all, Stop hanging around fucking people that are like that. Duh. Cut them out. Not like that, but cut them off. Cut it out. I'm hitting this because it was sitting here. Yeah, we're at the end of it. But you know what? I just have this thing, that just came upon my heart. It's like, if you need to talk about it, no judgment here, because who the fuck am I to judge when I've been and done all kinds of stupid fucking shit? I just know what I want to be and how I want to be. I know I want to be different. That's the only difference between me and anyone else. Because anyone can change, or anyone can, I hate using that word change, but it is, internally, right? But you have to want to, because watch that, because it is extremely hard. It is extremely hard. It's about to be 11:11. It's 11:10 right now, so there's that 111. Getting hot. So yeah, since I've been home, it's been weird. Oh shit. But maybe I should pull a little card out. We're not going to do a card this time. Maybe I'll do one of the handwritten ones. No longer taking the world's fucking shit and just your own. You know what I mean? And this is huge. You know why they're telling me why it's so important to tell your story? Because even if our stories can be kind of similar, right? They're not, though. You know what I mean? It's all individual, and we're all going to tell it a different way. And we all have different experiences, and we all done different things, and we all can give an insight. We all can give our own personal insight on what we've been through and how we're growing out of it. Thank you. Here's my water right here. And then overseas is there. Yeah, I don't want to adult today. Which is so stupid because I feel like I've always been an adult and I've never been a child. So there's that. Even bottled water starts to taste nasty. My heart goes out to you because I know the pain and sorrow and the fucking shit and the being a loving, caring person, and the whole world wants to shit on you and everyone wants to keep you down, and all these stupid, now that the internet's here and all these stupid people want to do magic, they can order magic kits, I think, and all kinds of stupid shit. There's all kinds of people that will take your money to do spells and fucked up shit, and this is real stuff. I don't get it, but whatever. You're just trying to live your life. It's hard enough to live your own life, let alone other people trying to fuck with you because they feel horrible about themselves or whatever. Make it make sense, fucking fucks. I love you guys, and I'm so proud of you. And you don't have to be alone in this. There's others like us out there. I almost said healers helping healers, but I think it's Higher Self Healing 3. I don't know. In the description box will be my email It won't cost you anything. If you want to just chit chat, because that's what I'm here for, to be of service. Because I receive messages and I've lived a lot of things. Still going. I'm tired of the game. I was hearing life is a game. I'm like, I'm tired of the game. I just want the life part. That's why we can't relate to anybody. That's why no one can relate to us. That's why, because watch that trauma-born empath. I'm going to put it in there. The latter part of it, like from the middle, or maybe even before that. I don't know. I might even watch it again, but it made sense to me. Now, I don't know if that means, I think he was saying a trauma-born empath is different because they had to learn to be perceptive and stuff like that, right? So that gives empathy a whole different spin on things rather than just being an empath that picks up on everything. I don't pick up on shit like that. I need to know what I need to know when I need to know it, and that's how I live my life. That's how it's always been. Or I think I would drive myself fucking crazy trying to, I don't know, because I've never been that way. Some people like to tap in, and they like to put up guards, and they like to, I'm not downing anyone for that. I've just never been that. I don't know how to do that. That's not my natural thing. So I don't. I hear those cardinals. But I don't even know why I said that, because it doesn't fucking matter what I think or do. You know what I mean? But trauma-born empath. Yeah. I completely related to that. Almost everything in that whole thing, I think. Namaste. Peace.